Good morning, everybody, and Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. Contrary to popular belief, this will not be our last podcast episode of the year. We have a 2 year streak, consecutive streak going here, so we will be podcasting on the 28th and on the 4th again. This will not be the last podcast episode of the year, but it is Christmas season. It's the last time I'm going to see you guys before Christmas starts, unless we do some type of special stream. So I wanted to get that in today. Also, the Texans are playing today. They better beat the Chiefs. They're going to win. They're going to win by one score. Mark my words. You can guys go check that out over on Reddit. But we have lots of things that we have to get into today. I have to award my tech product of the year. I might have leaked it last episode, but maybe you weren't paying attention. So there's that. And we also have lots of different things to talk about. Also, make sure you check out the YouTube channel. We have some clips that are going to be emerging today. That have emerged talking about Zoe 101 and some of the best TV shows that are now dead and things like that nature. So speaking of that, our website is not dead. This week we hit a all-time high not seen ever before in the history of the TechBoy Media. Our website got 137 views on one day, and that's impressive because it wasn't a special stream day. I think 2 summers ago, we got, and this is with a lot of promotion, people going out on social media and promoting the channel and things of that nature. We got about 100 clicks and visits on the website, and some of that might have been, some of that might have been me. We got 100 clicks and visits, and we were live blogging the Nothing phone, or the Google Pixel 5a release. So this was a long time ago. I think it was a Nothing or a Google Pixel phone. Yeah, I was comparing the Nothing to the Google Pixel phone 5a. You guys can go look it up. This is back in 2022, so this is years ago. But we finally sustained a whole bunch of traffic, 137 clicks in one day, and you guys stayed for 41 seconds. So thank you for that. We sustained lots and lots of lots of views without having to have a special event. It's just people coming in and seeing our popular articles. And speaking of articles, and speaking of dead, our articles are not dead. Our website is not dead, so that is a good thing. But unfortunately, there is one thing that is dead in America, and that is the web. The web is dead. Social media is dead. And unlike, some of these people who like to go online, blame social media and phones for everything and try to blame phones. I was listening to like Libs of TikTok who said that she would ban TikTok, which is prerogative, which is fine, but also that she wouldn't give a kid access to a cell phone, which, it's going to be really kind of like sad. Like, I'm 13, too bad you can't cope, because it's like idiot. Because it's like idiot kids running around here and ruining, the internet and web for everything. Oh, wow, guys, look, this kid did something stupid. Well, I mean, he was stupid, so, he kind of deserved it. He doesn't get the phone, but I still get the phone. Anyway, the web is dead, and we killed it. So this is basically a part 2 to my series about how computers and the internet have died over time. So I link to the article. In the 90s, computers mostly used offline. You guys can go check that out. Here, it's linked here in the description here. Make sure you guys click on all the links, go read through the websites. We'll probably might be one of the last remaining good, decent websites on the internet, 2023 last year is canceled the Verge petition. We have to keep canceling the Verge, and especially Gizmodo. I'm pretty sure they're crying about Florida's new illicit content ban. Well, it's not really a ban. It's just the illicit content websites don't want to put in verification, so they're self-banning themselves. Anyway, illicit content ban. I'm pretty sure they're over there whining about that. So, because you don't want to promote websites like The Verge and Gizmodo that promote that kind of content and degeneracy, come over here to TheTechBoy.org, one of the few last remaining decent websites on the internet. Anyway, computers are dead and the web is dying. Okay, so computers in the 90s and the 80s. I was watching some YouTube series about Internet Explorer, and I couldn't really find this much information, but I noticed it exists because of the massive disastrous pullout of Internet Explorer that happened over a period of time, as Microsoft has been trying to move away from it. Lots of businesses run on web apps nowadays, but in the 80s and 90s, web apps did not really exist. And, now that basically means our computers is basically a giant portal. It's like a giant tablet, like I described the MacBooks, giant tablets. And I predicted correctly that all the kids who got their phones banned and they have to put them in their little pockets, are just going to start streaming over their phones, over the network, using that from MacBook to iPhone. and it just basically become a giant, cell phone, right? We're not really using computers for the intended purpose, right? We have all this processing power. The only thing I do in here is either type something, which I can do half of that, like half the book, as I say, LTW, make sure you guys go check it out, was written on a phone, right? Like, because you can't really bring the laptop. I mean, it's 15.6 inches into a car, you're moving, or on a train or something. So it's good productivity, right? But anyway, in the 2000s, websites were growing. People would surf the web for fun. You guys can go check that out. You guys know that's true because you guys can go watch any old 2000s esque TV show that's based in the 2000s, like it's based in the year that it's filmed. You can see all these people surfing the web for fun, surfing the web for fun and web browsing and things of that nature. I mean, it makes sense because there was so much stuff out there. Of course, you also had Flash. Flash was really big back then. Also, side episodes that I'm talking about, I think it's 2005, 2006, right? They hand out the T-Mobile Sidekick and they promote web access as a feature of the phone in one of those OE 101 episodes. Now, web access is a given, and not having web access like the light phone is not a feature. Anyway, computers were still used to access the internet. Phones having computer programs are still essential for internet access and business, but now we have all these web apps. This basically kills the web. We can go over here. We can go to this website called Similar Web. Right, you guys. This isn't just to go read through an article because then you won't read the article yourselves, and I won't get. Maybe we can shoot for 140, 150 visitors a day, and make sure you guys come read through the new stuff. I know some of the old stuff is popular, but here we have Similar Web. I'm going to pull up the top 50 websites. Probably not going to show it on the screen because unfortunately, like half the websites are listed. But let's see. And as we go read these through, it's going to be even more depressing than the top applications in the Play Store, which has changed. It's now a QR code scanner, which last year, first video I ever uploaded to YouTube in 2023, I said, no, don't download QR code scanners. Okay? It's stupid. Your phone already has it built in, and they could be malware. Right? So the top apps in the Play Store are really, really struggling right now. Anyway, so the top websites. Let's go to the top 50. I'm going to filter out the things that are linked as adult on here. So anyway, we got Google. It's number one, which makes the most sense because like it is the search engine of the internet because it is the best search engine of the internet, not because Google was forcing its search engine on users. Then we got YouTube. Then we got YouTube. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, X, Wikipedia, ChatGPT. Interesting, that's new. Reddit, Yahoo. How on earth is Yahoo still number 10? Good grief, that's insane to think that Yahoo's more popular than Bing, and Yahoo's basically based on Bing. And then we have another Yahoo. So the top 11 of them, we have 1, 2. YouTube is a search engine, not a social media platform. 1, 2. ChatGPT is basically a search engine at this point. 3, Reddit, and Yahoo. So 3.5, maybe 4 search engines on this site, and then the rest of these, I think it might be counting app data as well. I can't show this on the screen because the top, it's fine. All right, Google is basically accounting for most of the web traffic, 18%, and it's actually moving downwards. So interesting thing there. All right, back to the article, and then I'm going to keep reading through this, and then we have some shopping stuff, TikTok, Netflix, Badu, Amazon, Bing, and then we're going to skip over 19. 20 is LinkedIn, Live.com, which is the Outlook domain. Then we have Office. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna, then we have some weird Russian stuff. So that's decent. And then essentially, you guys can go scroll through this. You can just go to Similar Web. I think I did an article about this, but go to Similar Web and type in top 50 websites. You guys can go scroll through this. You can see that most of these websites are not even decent. Okay, they're just either search engines or professional social media platforms like LinkedIn, and then maybe some streaming sites like YouTube or Twitch, not Twitch. And then you got some email services, and then a whole bunch of random Russian websites, which is really weird because Russia is a big country but doesn't have that many people in it. So I don't know how it's making it onto the top 50. And then at number 35, Samsung.com. So that's nice. Then we got DuckDuckGo, Canva, Telegram at number 44, Timu, Zoom at number 46, Twitter at number 47. They should kind of link that together to X. And then New York Times, the first news website we actually see on here, not counting Yahoo, at number 49. So the New York Times is below Timu, which is really sad. Quora, Canva even. So you're seeing that the internet is being used for more It's basically being used for more web-based communication things. You're not really even getting into anything that's what the internet was intended for, which is reading and content. It's just a whole bunch of social media platforms and shopping platforms until you get to like number 50, 51 actually. CNN, MSN. I thought Fox was more popular than CNN. Maybe that's just the cable thing. Then we got ESPN at number 56, Discord at number 59. This is a whole bunch of chat applications. OpenAI.com is number 60. This shit kind of merge that in with ChatGPT. Apple finally coming in at number 62. Most of these are just shopping websites. Nothing that's informative or interesting except for CNN, BBC, and MSN. That's MSN, which is I think the Microsoft News, not MSNBC. GitHub at number 67. Still haven't found anything that useful. IMDb, Rakuten. Half these websites are here at number. Then it closes out at number 74, number 75, Amazon, 73 is Walmart, and then that's all the program will show me. There's nothing interesting here except for sports and some news from US and England, and that's it. All right. So yeah, the web is dead, people. We need to bring it back. And Windows Phone, and I think I say this in the article. Hopefully you guys can see this on the screen. It'd be really sad if you couldn't. Let's see. Let me check. Yes, you can. Okay. So Windows Phone died because of the lack of applications. I was going through and reading some old Windows Phone applications things now, but when the top applications that are in our Play Store is literally a random QR code scanning application. I mean, you guys can go check for yourself. Oh my goodness, it's even worse. The top 2 applications are now a QR code scanning application. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna have to write an article about this. Do not download QR code scanning applications. It's a waste of space. It's probably a spyware application, and you don't even need it. When the top application chain, we've gone through this multiple times, is literally 2 QR code scanning applications, WhatsApp and T-Life. I think Windows Phone could make a comeback nowadays. I mean, let's look at the top 50 websites that we have here. There's a whole bunch of shopping websites. Shopping websites will not care what platform that they are on. Okay. Amazon loses $10 billion every year, I believe, on its Alexa program. $10 billion. I'm pretty sure Amazon could make an app for Windows Phone should it come back. Heck, even Symbian or even a feature phone or something like that. I mean, I saw from some old game case from like 2008 Madden where these people were having a program or having a phone. You text a number, you can download Madden in 2008. Not a smartphone, a flip phone. If the top 50 websites, and like half of them are all shopping websites, especially Chinese shopping websites, which their applications could legitimately be spyware. Temu could be spyware, especially TikTok could be spyware as well. They're not going to care if they're on 3% of devices or 97% of devices. They're going to want to get on all devices. So honestly, if the top applications, I even asked a tech person, like a tech reporter, who has the Pixel 9 Pro Fold XL or 9 Pro Fold, 9 XL Pro Fold, whatever. It's a great name. It has 7 words, but it's still a good name. Anyway, and he showed me his top applications, and other than the stock, Google applications, that's what his favorite ones were, and they were just on the home screen. So other than the stock Google applications like Docs, Phone, Messages, etc., he had Telegram, maybe WhatsApp. I don't really remember because he had them all themed into like some type of brown thing, but they're all chat applications that you can get on any device that are also some of the top websites in the world, which means that people are not going out. They're not trying to do anything useful on the internet. I mean, these are the top websites, and excluding Google and YouTube, which is about 23% of 24% of traffic, according to thing. I think it's 18.6 plus 6%. That's it. And it's really, really sad. And we've killed the internet. And I think after we've killed the internet, we're going to kill the app economy because, I mean, when you look into the app economy, the top 50 apps, and, I want the math here correct. 4% of them, 4% of them are QR code scanning applications this close, to Christmas, especially when paid applications might, they might rise. I mean, what are the season do you expect them to rise in? It's really, really sad. And let's see if I can get this. Go away. There we go. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's really, really sad. And hopefully they can get this to work to work better as well. Hopefully we can find more innovative websites as well. Also, we killed the web economy because now everyone's trying to build things for the web. Computer programs, which basically means computers are now dead too. Like, think about the top computer programs like of the 80s and the 90s. I was watching a Computer Chronicles episode, some word processing program at $300 in like 1985, which at inflation, $300 in 1985 value today, which at pending inflation would be $879 today. So maybe into 2025 it rises, maybe in 2025 it falls, but that's almost $1,000 for a word processing program you can get for free online now, right? But when they think word processing, they mostly think Google Docs and even Word Online. Online, that's one of the top applications.com. I think there was website number 30 on the list. Top website number 30, which means people are just buying computers, Windows computers that can run all these programs, and then they just link into websites and web servers, which basically means that your phone is it's not useless. It actually becomes more useful and useless at the same time, because if you have a phone, you plug it into monitor. Well, if everything's connected to web, what do you need a computer for? Like, it's just there for legacy, and people say quote unquote file management or something like that. And I don't know what that really means, but we have to talk about these chat applications again. So chat applications again being the top websites: WhatsApp, Instagram, X. Chat applications being the top websites in social media. And there was this guy, really interesting. Of course, he was dead wrong, but I will link it down below, maybe. But he was talking about how the United States voice of the radio, Voice of America, yeah, them. For some context, Voice of America is a radio station and now a website that helped bring down the Iron Curtain, communism, by having American shortwave radio broadcasted into those countries, and now websites into those countries that, well, I guess aren't communist now, but I guess they could access them. To spread American values and things of that nature, right? Well, according to this guy who was talking about some random blob, a deep state or whatever, so he's some kind of weird conspiracy theorist or something. Anyway, according to this guy, the United States, as you guys know, the internet was created as a military project so that in the case of nuclear war, people could share information with each other. The United States not privatized, but made the internet public, not just the military, from ARPANET to public people, so anyone could access it, so that they could then control the news media of the countries. But they didn't expect the people in the United States to use it. And to that I say, that is the most laughable idea I've ever heard of in my entire life. So apparently he thinks that the people who he alleges that were able to control random Italian media in the 1960s did not anticipate user-generated content and social media on the internet when they made it go public. And also, they didn't anticipate that, I guess, their own citizens were going to use it, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, okay, let's say it's 96 or something. The Iron Curtain has fallen, or even let's go even a bit further back. It's still communist. They're like, hey guys, they're meeting around this room, sit around the table, discussing their nefarious plan to infiltrate the world. All right, guys, we have this highly advanced computer network, right? We are the most technologically advanced country in the world, still are. But, I have this plan that we're going to control the media in other countries by using computers that are open and anonymous, essentially. Like, an IP address doesn't really link you to anywhere. Also, it's not going to be that secure because, we don't really expect people to do it. Anyway. Yeah, you know what the problem with that plan is? Iron Curtain communist countries did not have computers. Okay, so these countries don't have computers. How on earth are they going to access the internet? This is in the 90s. Okay, so they don't have phones either. Also, B. Why? No. Also, Soviet Russia's only achievement in computer science was one literal thing, in the game of Tetris, in the 1980s. That's it. No, you're not. Like, what kind of conspiracy theory is that? I mean, that's just dumb. Like, no, that's the. And then he also says that censorship of WhatsApp gets censored, which I haven't seen any proof of that. Also, he keeps saying, well, they didn't anticipate the rise of social media and peer-to-peer networks. And then he keeps naming these quote-unquote peer-to-peer networks. And as his example, he uses WhatsApp or Twitter, which is not, I repeat, is not a peer-to-peer network. Okay? That is literally the opposite of the definition of a peer-to-peer network. And WhatsApp is different because they have phone. It's linked to your phone number, but phones are still not peer-to-peer networks. I mean, they should be. You should be able to chat with each other. Against each other, to each other without having to go up to a server or through the network. But essentially, peer-to-peer means I have a phone, or I have a device, I have an application. We're actually going to get into this. We have an application, and you have an application. We talk to each other, we go to the network, and we don't have to go to a server or anything. Or even, Bluetooth messaging. We point our phone at each other, boom, we send a message via infrared or something, Bluetooth. They go from peer to peer. WhatsApp, texting, of the other things like social media platforms, Snapchat or whatever, which isn't a social media platform, but I digress. You send your message. You have to be connected to the internet. You type your message in from your phone. It goes through your phone network or through your home's Wi-Fi, and then it goes through the internet, and then it goes to Snapchat or Instagram or Access or anyone's servers. It goes through those servers, and then it goes backwards too. So it goes from the server through the network back into their Wi-Fi network or through their cellular network, and then to their phone. That is literally not peer-to-peer. So if you're going to sit here and yap about random conspiracy theories, at least get your technology fact straight. I mean, is he right? Maybe about some certain things. But is he right about the entire thing? No, because he messed up peer-to-peer networking, and he also thinks that the most technologically advanced country in the world then and now didn't think that people were going to be creating user-generated content, which has to be something crazy for the inventor of the World Wide Web in the early 90s who literally invented, easy access of websites or anything. Like, oh, wow, guys. They were able to have the foreknowledge to control Italian media in the 60s, without the internet, without, without really computers, just, with radio or anything like that, according to him. But they weren't able to foresee the rise of people using the internet? No. Okay. Just sit down and think things through. Okay. Anyway, speaking of peer-to-peer networking and messaging and things of that nature, also in a promo for, SSLTW, which you guys should check it out. It is a good book series, and writing some more, so hope you guys get to them. Anyway, in a promo for that book, and in a promo for we've been through this before early in this year, I believe, how spy toys have rapidly declined, and it is basically a national scandal. It's terrible how spy toys have basically gone out of fashion, have they gone out of style. And we have some here in studio, but there we go. The best spy software spy, how spy toys have declined. I mean, think about it. In the early 2000s, we actually had these things called psychos. They were Russian made, but they were cool. So also, Russia wasn't communist in 2001. Anyway, Cyberco. I think they used this toy in the they used this toy in the movie Big Fat Liar. It's from like 2002 or anything. And you could chat with each other, you could text each other, not using network. They're basically like radio walkie-talkies, and it was so neat. We have these emergence of spy toy companies like Spygear and Spynet coming in here and making. First, they started off with their fake flashlights on their head, night vision goggles that couldn't fool a 5-year-old because it's absolutely ridiculous. Hi kids, let's sneak into a dark room, coming in with big blue lights. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. For what they were trying to advertise them as or for, and two, and also, I mean, what, you want to come in with big blue lights and start singing a song or something? Like, you might as well do that, because it's tricky. But they come in with these good infrared infrared night vision goggles. They come in with good radio, not GPS based, but radio trackers, which I always wanted to know how to make. It's hard to find on the internet. But they come in with these radio trackers and these radio motion sensors where you can have different zones. They even have these things called I Spy camera toys. We've gone through this before. I'm just gonna keep rehashing this episode. Maybe I'll link it down to the bottom. But they have these I Spy toys, which I've always really, really wanted. It was a 500 foot. I mean, down the street. And it had night vision on it, camera that you could set up with the little mini tablet. You didn't have to finish with some random Chinese spy camera from Temu or something like that that has to be on your phone. They also had these drones that, good grief, why is this tab using 2.2 gigabytes of RAM? Anyway, you didn't have to finish with these phones or anything of that nature, but you have this fake spy toy phone. You have this walkie-talkies that worked within 3 miles. But apparently, they all went out of fashion. They all went out of style. And these toys are objectively good. They're objectively better than if you use, an app or something. I don't know why they just fell out of style. I mean, they were good. They were good pieces of equipment, and now I think only Spy Gear is around, and they make these stupid modular spy toys that are really hard to build. The manuals aren't even accessible online, and it's also like they made a listening station that's like 4 inches by 5 inches by like I think it's another 4 inches tall. And then you have to hold this thing that you built, held together with literal wires and makeshift Legos. And you put in these cheap headphones. They sold us $50. You put in these cheap headphones. You stand by the door. And you try to listen to what they're saying. I'm sorry. You could just get a cup and put it up to the door, and it would do the same thing. Oh wow, guys, it's teacher STEM. That thing was so hard to build. I couldn't finish it. Also, I don't know. What if someone like makes a loud noise and you drop it and your hard work is scattered all over the floor? I mean, this is terrible. We need to return back to the 2000s and 2010s as spy toys. We actually knew how to make good spy toys, like the Spy Gear Video Watch that had a actual bug detector. I tested it; it actually worked. They also have a new touchscreen one out from like 2016 that I can never get. It also has night vision on it as well. So these people, it's really sad the decline of spy toys in America. We need to bring it back. Anyway, maybe I sparked something here with the website, which we will be doing an all-new redesign. I realized that the whole black design makes it hard to read the text. We're doing a whole new spy themed redesign, but these people, maybe we inspired some change in some people. Maybe this will inspire companies to start making the toys. But if we want to start making the toys, we have to have people who start making the content first. Like I said early 2000s. What happened around the turn of the early 2000s? Spy Gear Spynet was created, right? But then the Spy Kids movies were created, and then that becomes more popular. So if these books become more popular, if the web series becomes more popular, and if we keep pushing for this, we can then get companies who will then make more toys, because it's going to be based off of things that they want to do. Like what's popular now? I don't know, but if whatever's popular now and there's toys, yes, I scrubbed it from my brain, but now it's back. Skibidi Toilet for some reason is popular, and now they have Skibidi Toilet toys. I wish I was making that up, but I'm not. It's a toy where you can, let's see if I can how do you spell it? Skibidi? Skibidi Toilet toy. And who on earth is going to buy that for $35? What? Why? Who want? What? No. Anyway, what? Why is this $4 and why is this $35? I don't care if this is the official Skibidi Toilet merchant. This is why we need this back in America, because we won't be buying people's heads popping out of toilets. Anyway, back to the point. Read the SALTW series. You'll learn a lot more than whatever the. We're doomed. Anyway, so since companies start making spy toys and radio communication devices and spy cameras and spy drones that didn't need a phone and Wi-Fi and barely fly for 4 minutes, and they switched to the more profitable Skibidi Toilet toys, this is what you have to do now because of judgment or something. I mean, the governor, the president, whoever should legalize this. I'm sorry. Anyway, the number one aspect of a good spy agency is communication. So for peer-to-peer communication, if you have walkie-talkies, that's a good first step. And if you want to have a walkie-talkie base without having to, buy a walkie-talkie base, so you want to have a 3-in-1 walkie-talkie set without, needing to buy the third walkie-talkie and have a computer, make sure that you guys buy, and I like to use this, RTL SDR. So it looks like this is about $40, and it has, let's see if I can get it out here. Yeah, there we go. And you download the software for your phone or your computer. It's linked onto the website. You guys have to actually go read it yourself. And for the LTL SDR, you can hear but you can't communicate, but that's good because you can intercept and record your rivals' communications. You can also it's totally legal, by the way. Okay, it only intercepts legal bands. Also, you have to have an antenna with it. Okay, you can plug it into your phone. You can also listen to the radio, and you can hear what your rivals are doing, or you can hear what your team is up to and doing as well, and maybe you can call them on your phone or something like that. So, that is number one. That's one thing that you can do. So RTL SDR to intercept radio communications. But if you all have phones, unfortunately, sorry for the iPhone users and Mac users because of something they don't like. This application isn't here. So these are all the SDR applications. I didn't want to link them all, but you guys can read them all yourself. SDR Driver, SDR Touch, SDR Radio, Magic SDR, ADBS, SDR Radar, which is for tracking planes, SDR Angel. All right. For communication like a normal person, you don't want to use walkie-talkies or whatever. If you're not in the field, maybe you have people, across the street. You have Briar, a peer-to-peer communication application, doesn't allow screenshots. Allows you to communicate over the same Wi-Fi network. So if you have agency in the same Wi-Fi network, maybe you can set up your own little router in a treehouse or something like that. So that means people won't be accessing your regular Wi-Fi network and like hacking into it or something. And then you have all the kids across the street, but big chat application, LAN application. But if they are like, I don't know, go to a different school or live on the same street, it also supports non-peer-to-peer messaging where it goes over the internet. But you can also create an offline network to stay in touch within range. So while Alexa's simplicity of old radio frequency communication toys such as the CyberCo, which looks like this. I mean, honestly, this is a great toy. We should bring it back. I never had one, but we should still bring it back. Also, why is it pink? Like, what kind of spy is gonna? Maybe it can be that teen girl spy, MC Squared-esque thing. Bright doesn't support iOS agents, so in devices. So if you have that, maybe just use texting or Instagram like a peasant. Yeah. Anyway, you got MS Word and Google Docs for sharing information, storing information. Sorry. I like to use MS Word because you can lock documents. Specific documents, Google Docs, just access it via a browser. And then if you have a database, I like to use Memento DB. It's a good application. I use it on my phone. I use it to keep track of all SSA LTW, stories and characters and the people who like the real names, and then the people who are in the books, because it's like 20 people right now that have them. Right now, we also need to come up with a new S name, because remember, Sydney in the book series, web series, we're about to introduce, like, we are so close. Like, I have an article that's almost done, and the next one, I think we're introduced to. If not, it'll be the next one after that. So, you'll be seeing a new character by January, which I need to speed up because I like to be 2 months ahead of what's happening. So it's December now, so I should be in the February story. Right now I'm in January, so if I hurry up, that's good. But we're going to be kind of like going forward and back through time. We're going to be going back from 12th grade to 7th grade, maybe even back to 8th grade, and then back into 10th grade, and then we're going to finish out, and then we're going to extrapolate and analyze and plan for the next book, because once we get this done, then the next book comes out, and it can be what will Ethan Shea do as his president from November 9th. And then of course you guys know what happens November 17th 2023. This is facts in the books, in the web series, and in real life GCAM form. So how will Ethan Shea focus on that? And then we'll have to maybe do Ethan Shea Forgotten Country, where he goes back in time to 10th grade and goes and spies on people for the FBI or something. Anyway. And now, also, if you want to run the present, like you can say for the SSA or TW series, it's good for managing complex information like the links between SSA, GCAM, Geneva, Mavic, SSA, back to Denver, and then to 9th grade. All right. Anyway, for file management, and this is our tech product of the year. And just the greatest tech product of all time. Google Notebook LM. It's a great minute and chat with any document as long as it's small enough. And it will pull sources from that document, and then it can even chat with websites. So now I don't even have to upload the entire SSA LTW series to Notebook LM. You don't have to do that anymore, because it can chat with websites. So you can even chat with TheTechBoy.org. You can you can do all of that. So that is great. and it's great that you're allowed to chat with your PDFs and documents as well. And people are saying, hey, we can finally do this with Grok. We can chat with congressional bills. You can also do it with Notebook LM like right now. So I recommend that if you want to have chat with documents on Google Notebook LM. To do that. Also for file searching and file managing, File Manager Plus to spin up FTP server managing images. I didn't test out this Digicam, but it came up in search results. I need to get to that. But for face recognition as well. Also, from camera setup, for security camera application from Open Locker, and for surveillance, we don't have good dedicated bugging toys anymore, unfortunately. We do have some professional bugs here, like this flash drive somewhere here, and have like a spy pen. But unfortunately, those spy toy companies stopped making good bugs. So if you want to do that, I have an article linked here on how you can use your Bluetooth microphone as an audio bug. All right, for code breaking, it's also an important segment of being a spy. So make sure you download the Caesar Cipher application. That's really important. Let's make sure the audio's on, because I've been yapping 40 minutes and the audio's not working. That'd be so sad. Test. Oh yes, it is working. All right, good. All right. And then here's some links here. PinMyers for face search, tools for image analysts, flight radar for tracking flights. I don't really know what you have to do that for. But and then you need to have good mapping. So if OSM Bellingcat Overpass Turbo, and then you can use this application on floor plan 3D to map out an entire room, just like you do on the spy movies. And then if you wanted to make it green, you can edit it to green. Yes. Also, we use this code here. It's in bats, so you just copy it, paste it, and save it as a bat, and you'll be able to generate any password that you want to within your terminal. So it will look cool, and it's also offline. So, guys, make sure you check that out as well. Also, don't download random programs from the internet. All right. We still have a lot to get through today. I can't believe I've only been podcasting for 36 minutes, and we've basically finished almost everything that we come to get through. But we stay for an hour. I've been involved in lots of wars over on X, but that's normal. Anyway, web up to dead. Oh yes, what the heck is wrong with kids in America? I'm sorry. So how we were talking about how Taylor and Shaya, not Taylor. Taylor's the bad person. Shaya's the good person. Over at Libs of TikTok. Rachel and the people who's like, oh, kids can't have phones and stuff like that. You probably shouldn't do this because they might get exposed to yada yada, blah blah blah, whatever. Kids aren't that dumb, right? And then Eventual Odyssey comes on, and I'm like, what are the kids doing? Burning down barn? Oh, yes, they actually did burn down a barn in episode 300, I think, where what's her name? Donna burns down a barn because she's a pastor's kid. So it's like, what is wrong with these kids? Also, Adventure Odyssey in some episode where obviously a animal stole something and Rodney Rathbone dyes someone's hair blue. I guess they're endorsing having blue hair in the 1990s. So because then the next kid dyes his hair blue in solidarity with the kid. So I guess AIO was doing it first. Also, Choice No More. It's ridiculous episode. And then Grok image gen is trash. Okay, I'm sorry. It is garbage. Okay, so I have previous Grok images. I'll try to pull them up from Ava, right? And then we'll generate some new Grok images. So let me see my tags. Oh yeah, it's the milkmaid dress. How useless. So here we have a old Grok image here. Notice there's no watermark. Did I have to erase the watermark? I can't remember. Anyway, this is an old Grok image here. Oops. Here's an old Grok image. Notice how the light and back darkness is decent, right? The hair is good. The skin tone is standing out from the background. You have a nice blurred image there. Now, the old Grok did struggle with, old people for some reason. Like, I guess it only like headshots, but the quality was so much better. We had to recently switch over to PhotoLeap. When PhotoLeap is decent, here we have PhotoLeap advertising the the PS5 Pro Slim sale. Make sure you guys go check the affiliate links. We need to make at least one sale within 75 days so we don't get kicked from the program. And then new Grok was decent, but even with face swapping, it's okay. But you can even see here, this is new Grok. This is without face swapping. But her hair is literally glowing. The background is literally glowing, and everything is like super glowy. But you still have some detail back there. But now when you get into new Grok, you get these weird. First of all, Grok now watermarks the images, which is ridiculous. And you also, even in the darker scene, like he's inside, there's no window here. Also, everything is flat. It's gray. There's no color. It's not popping. Everything is like really dull. Even with the lights setting in, the quality is not as good. Even when you look into the person as well, it's even. I'm zooming in here. You can't see on the screen. It's gonna be really hard, but you can even see how much more grainy it is. No, even if I were to face swap, head is even more cut off than normal. It's just not as good as it used to be. In PhotoLeap is maintaining the same amount of quality that it has, which PhotoLeap does have a watermark, which I'm able to erase. But let me see if I can find a decent Grok image. Let me delete this. Delete. There we go. Let's see if I can find a decent Grok. Oh, here we go. So this was an example of a good Grok image, described basically from something we saw over on the internet. Like you can see the lights that's coming through, the skin tone quality is not, just all flat. It's not one picture. Over on Grok, but then Grok seems to have gotten more. So let's see if I can generate one right now, live on the show. Let's see if I can generate one live on the show. So let me go into Grok. I'm just gonna use my normal. I think we always use 19. I think Ava's 20. Right, so 21. But we always use 19 on PhotoLeap because PhotoLeap would make 21 look like really old in comparison to like the overall look that we're going for. So this won't be with face swapping because only PhotoLeap can do that right now. So which, by the way, Grok is now free. Let's go for a wintertime aesthetic. So I'm going to say a cropped sweater. One thing about Grok is now it generates 4 images at the same time, which, sometimes Grok wouldn't generate that many good images, but wow, they're loading bit by bit. Oh, oof. Like, what is wrong with Grok? Okay, first of all, the faces. This is awful. I'm sorry. But even with a face swap on top of this, it's not going to really work well. So let's see how you guys can see this on the screen. Why on earth is the light so prevalent in each of these images? Light. Especially this. This is the exact thing I'm talking about. The sheen on the whole back of this thing. It's like they took her and they took her to like 75. Light. Let there be light. And then they put the light behind her and made it 100. But they somehow made her like super duper shiny, and it's over here and over there. It's not gonna come across well. Same thing here. And also the sweaters. This doesn't even look like a sweater. Like what? And you see the watermark there. You can even see more of the grain there. It's like Grok for at least for people. And this is what we use it for. This is this is sad. There we go. At least this is terrible. Like this is what I'm talking about. 75% light there, 100% light there, but he's still coming off as glowing and shiny. This sweater, I don't even know what it's doing. Also, that watermark is annoying. The background's terrible. You can't do really good face swapping as well. Let's do a regeneration. Okay, I'm gonna go back to me and let's do a regeneration. Okay, and again, you notice still apparently Grok doesn't believe in legs or like any other part of the body that like you have to describe it. Let's say you want to have not a full portrait of like someone's eyes or something, you have to describe the type of shoes that they're wearing. So the knows to generate, legs. Like that's ridiculous. I mean, at least Photoleap is decent. All right, so we regenerate it, and it's even worse. It's even worse because first of all, it generated 4 images, and we're gonna go back to the show. It's even worse. It generated 4 images, and 3 of them were just swap the backgrounds, which I can do for free. Also, didn't have to move a head down because you can't have that kind of fixture showing. Like you need the rest of the head. Also, what is it with this bouquet kind of look here, where you kind of go with light there, light there, light there, especially here with the little light circles there and down here. And this kind of goes against that we can code Ava to be better. Like, how are we supposed to code better for this? Grok is going down the drain, and even just from the article we wrote about Grok versus Instagram, a meta thing too. Look, let me zoom in here so you guys can see, and back sharing on the screen. It has gone down the drain. It's terrible. Here we go. Grok 2, our newest and improved. There's no more fun mode. There's no more old. You get these absolutely garbage images here. I mean, this one is, I guess, half decent. Because it's not like blaring with the flashlight. But honestly, a shame what has been done to Grok here, and there will be an article coming out about this. This is ridiculous. It's seriously a shame, especially all the people who paid good money for this. They generated pictures of themselves and they're all nice. Now you get this trash. It's watermarked. It's like it's super bright. Let's see if it can generate a Cybertruck. I mean, I think 2 weeks ago it couldn't generate a Cybertruck. Let's say generate. It's just gonna generate a Cybertruck. We're waiting for this, but of the AI. Gemini Flash is doing a great job. I'm going to create it here. Gemini Flash 2.0 experimental. So I hope you guys can see this on the screen. Finally, Grok can generate a site. So that's good. I can't believe Grok couldn't generate its own Cybertruck. So this is actually great because I needed this for my book, but I couldn't use it, so I had to download Cybertruck. So it's doing better here, but instead of people also look at this. We still have this light issue. Light. Anyway, back to Gemini Flash. Still can't generate people since February because of what happened. Oh my gosh, you couldn't even see the Cybertruck. Anyway, there's Gemini Flash. There's the Cybertruck here on the screen. Light. But at least it generates a Cybertruck, its own product. All right, great. Anyway, back to Gemini Flash, and let's switch back to the regular. There we go. They would do a really, really great job of things like I asked it something about like maybe a book. Oh yes, what is the book? And this is very obscure because like no one's read it. Oh, nope. Wait. What is the? I remember the first time I used Grok in 2000. Yeah, there we go. SSA LTW election based on my information. Revolves around an election, and then it kind of extrapolates. It's like so it's kind of like SSA LTW election is about an election, which has themes of competition, and it's aimed at young adults, given the high school setting. Because anybody at least it knows who wrote it, TheTechBoy author, which ChatGPT, I don't think it knows really that much about that. So that anyway, back to Gemini. Even when you ask it, who is TheTechBoy? Like Gemini Flash, 2.0 Flash. I don't know a really good thing here, but okay. Not that one. But it is decent. Okay, so Gemini Flash, I've used it before. It's actually better than Gemini Flash 1.1. It's just 1.5. It's not working well in our favor today, right now, but it's okay. I guess I can show you what Notebook LM can do when it can. Oh, Reddit also has its own AI, I think. But I can also show you what it can do. So yeah, Notebook LM Tech Product of the Year. Um, I guess we can do phones of the year next episode. Unless you want to do phones of the year now, so let's see what the chat comments say. No, nothing. Okay. So at the 50-minute mark, we will end this stream. God bless and tech talk to you.